Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is Keith once again with Craps TX. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, please hit that thumbs up for us, helps a ton. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when a new video comes out. And feel free to share the channel with your friends. We are trying to get some more subscribers. All right, so today we're going to run another strategy by one of my favorite YouTubers. He hadn't been putting too much stuff out lately, but right there, Crappy the Craps Man, he's got a good back catalog of strategies to go check out. We're going to try out his Sweet 49. So the title on his video was like Always Win Consistently or something like that. Like he didn't even mention Sweet 49 until he started playing, and explaining the strategy. So we'll get into that in just a moment, but first of all, I'd like to thank our partners, PokerChipMania.com. They are a small business that carries everything you need for that real casino feel. They have got all different kinds of chips, including clay chips. They have ceramic casino-grade chips also, and then they have these striped dice chips, composite, that I use. They also carry the 19-millimeter dice. They've got chip trays. They've got the racks that those go in to carry them around, and all other sorts of supplies. Also stuff for poker, blackjack, and roulette. Reach out to them. They're super responsive, easy to work with, and they can even handle some custom orders. And they're being very generous. And if you use that little code right down there at the bottom of that banner, CrapsTX10 at checkout, you will get 10% off your entire order. That is PokerChipMania.com. Upgrade your home game room with some quality casino gear. Next up, we have gripmats.etsy.com. That's the makers of this deluxe craps mat that I use right here. They also have mats for poker, blackjack, and baccarat, plus a huge lineup of themed and licensed designs from Lord of the Rings, DC, Marvel, Star Wars, Dune, Hero Quest. They make chess, checkers, and backgammon game mats. They also make some desk mats for your office. They have wood pattern mats, and they can do custom shapes. They also have travel and storage options to keep your mats nice and clean and fresh when you are moving them around. The mats are water resistant and super resilient. The spills bead right up and wipe clean with a microfiber cloth. They're also a small business that we like to support. They run rotating percentage off sales, and they're great about custom orders as well if you just reach out to them and tell them what you're looking for. Gripmats.etsy.com, quality mats that stay flat, grip the table, and hold up over time. Thank you to those two. Links for both will be in the description below. Lots of other links down there. Go check them out. I've got some stuff down there that you can help out the channel with. Every little bit counts, and we do appreciate it. All right, so let's get into today's strategy, the Sweet 49. Sweet 49. Anyway, so what we're going to do, we got enough for 10 shooters here. We got $600, 500 in green, 100 in red. That's enough for 10 shooters. We're going to play 30 each on the 6 and 8, and we're going to build up from there and then spread out. The goal is to get each one of these up to where they pay 49. So we get the 6 and 8 up to 42. That pays 49. Once you get a hit on that, you put a quarter over here, and then you bump those up eventually to 35 each. That pays 49. Then you get your 10 and your 4 covered with a quarter, and that will pay 49. All right, let's go ahead and get started. That should be pretty self-explanatory. We'll get us a set of dice here. I'm going to take my glasses off because I don't need to read anything anymore. We'll take that 2x4 6 right there. We are not going to be the shooter. We're not going to play the don't pass, the pass. We're not going to play any of this stuff over here. Matter of fact, he says just stay away from all that junk. Your money is on the inside here. Even the bonus, he said, not too many people hit that bonus as often as you think. So concentrate on those inside numbers, and you'll be a more consistent winner, according to Crappy the Craps Man. All right, let's go. Coming out, looking for a point. Dice are out. There is a 5, 3, 8. All right, he never does work to come out, so we're just waiting until that point is set before we place our bets, and we're going to do $30 on each. That is a green and a red. All right, we're looking for a hit so we can start expanding and expanding, and we're not going to do it like that. There is an immediate PSO, 0.7 out. And that is going to happen. That's why you got enough for 10 shooters. He said all you need is one shooter to get a really good roll. Maybe a couple of average rolls in there, and maybe some butter for your rolls. But anyway, let's go ahead and come on out again and get a point set. We have a 628. That looks familiar. I think we were just on the 8, right? Again, we're going to throw out our $60, enough to cover the 6 and 8 for $30 each. All right, let's go. Dice are out. And there's a 538, so buckshot right back on the 8. All right, that will go off. 30 is going to pay 35. We'll tell the dealer just to pay us ugly, and we'll get 12 for our 30 because we're going to make it look like 42. So that leaves 23 that'll go back to the rack. Right, 12 and 23 is 35. So there is our 23 going back to the rack. All right, we'll actually move these over just so we can put our white chips in there. We'll move those out of the way so we don't get confused. Everything we win, we're gonna put over here in the other side over there, so that way we can see at the end how much our 10 shooters did for us. All right, so we're off. We're not working to come out at all. So dice are out. Looking for a point right back on that 8. Seems to be the popular one to be on. All right. So, yeah, we do miss out on that, but, that's the way he did it, so that's the way I'm doing it. And there we go, 4, 3, 7 out. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. Well, it would have. We would have won on the 8 on the come out, right? But we would have lost right there. So, all right, that is it for that shooter. That is 2 shooters down, and we are down. So let's see if we can't get back up. Get on up. Get up. All right. Why have I got, because we won. I was going to say, why have I got extra red over there? Okay, so we forgot. 23, yeah, we need to put that over here. We'll just put the white right there. All right, yeah, okay, so yeah, we can keep this over here. Never mind. So that'll be our winnings right there. Those 3 stacks, or those 3 racks, those 3 slots in the rack. Jack, it's a fact. 549, 9 is going to be our point, and out with the 60 if we could keep it from blowing off the table. If you're at a casino, you just throw it out there in the come, or you can put it on that line there. Tell the dealer $30 please on the 6 and 8, and they'll set you up. Dice are out. Rolling slowly against the wall. There's an ace deuce, 3 craps. Doesn't help us. There's a 639. That doesn't help, but that is point, so that'll go off. Our bets are off. Coming out looking for a new point. There's an ace deuce, 3 craps once again. Can we get a 9 back? No, we got a 3, 1, 4. Well, we'll take that. We're not on it yet, but we'll take it. Looking for a 6 and an 8 so we can start expanding out. Man, that 3 is hot. There's another ace deuce, 3 craps. And 3, 2, 5. Okay, we're not on that yet either. We need to get those inside numbers. There we go. 2 by 4, 6. That is going to pay 35. So we'll go ahead and do that because we've got some white over there. Whoops. 1 too many. No, it isn't. Yeah, it is. 35. And then just tell the dealer, I'd like to make my 6 look like 42. You could throw him $2. That way you can collect a green. That'll go right there. I got to remember to put the windfall there, the winnings in those racks over there. Nice out. There's aces. All right, man, we're just horn numbers all over the place. And there is a hard 4. That is going to be point hit. That'll go off. Our bets are off. Dice are out. There's a 437. Frontline winner. Ring-a-ding-ding-ding. There's another 437. That is 2 times you won on the line. And there's a 3-fer. There is 777. Good if you're playing a slot machine. There's a 6, 4, 10. We'll take that as a point. And now let's get one of those 6s or 8s, please. There is an 8, hard 8. Nothing but a hard 8. 25, 30 is going to pay 35. One of these days I'll learn how to speak. We don't have enough over there, so we're going to have to pay it ugly. So let's just tell the dealer, make my 8 look like 42. And then they'll get you $23 back for the rest. Right, there's 23. That'll go back to my rack on the winning side. Get those to stand up straight. And we'll put this up here to make our 842. Okay, so our 8 and 6 are on the sweet 49. They'll go pay 49, and then we'll start spreading out to our 5 and 9 next. Dice out. Yes, it takes a while, but it's worth it when you can get all the way out there. All right, we hit our 8, the sweet 49. That is going to pay 50 for 1, or $49, sweet 49. We're going to put 1 on the 9. We're going to go ahead and collect that green. All right, so we're not up to 35 yet, or where that would pay 49, but that's the way he did it. So we're just going to ease up, and we're going to get a 5, 2, 7, and we're not going to make it that far. But we've made it farther than we've made it so far. Made it farther. We got halfway there. Living on a prayer. All right, let's go ahead and get us another set of dice so I can quit making corny jokes and singing song lyrics. We'll take that hard 8 right there, and coming out looking for a point, playing the Sweet 49 by Crappy the Craftsman. We got a come out 7, frontline winner. There's a 639. All right, so we are on the 9. What is that? Okay, looked like it was chipped for a second, but it was the 2. Never mind, I'm just catching the light. All right, so let's get our $60 out there. Dealer, please set me up 30 each on the 6 and 8. By this time, they should know what you're doing, and then they're probably going to say, what the hell are you doing? You keep throwing 7s, or your shooters keep throwing 7s. Why do you keep playing the same thing? One thing he did say is if he gets down like 100, 200, he'll go to his cold table strategy, which I've got that on my channel. And if you also check out Crappy's channel and just search cold table strategy, he's got it on there a few times. Even got a new and improved cold table strategy, even though his videos are a little bit older. But yeah. All right, let's get us a new point. We're coming out. One of these shooters is going to do us well, hopefully. There's a 437 frontline winner. There's another 437 frontline winner. Whoa. Learn how to hold your stick, Keith. There's a 628. 8's going to be our point. And everybody say it with me. $60 out. 30 on the 6 and 8, please. And let's get them hit now. There's a 549. That was close. Not close enough, though. We need to be on the number 6 or 8. There's a 6. All right. Going into the corner over there. That's kind of... I'll try to throw it in the middle. That way we're making sure we get it on camera, although I do believe the corner's in the camera. All right. 25 or 30. Ooh, 30 is going to pay 35. We do have a couple of white chips over there, so we'll just say, throw the red on there. I'll collect the green, and then you'll throw in $2, and they will put that on there for you, make it look like 42. All right, so the 6 is set up for the Sweet 49. There's a 6-5 Yo 11. I don't think we've seen that yet, but that is a horn number. There's a 325. You don't have that. Fever. You give me fever. 639 or 369. 369. Another 369. And a hard 6. All right, so we hit that. Now, we can either continue to go this way, or we can go ahead and pop up our 8 to where that's on the Sweet 49 as well. That 42 is going to pay 49 or 50 for 1. So let's go ahead and do that. We can actually just collect that, and we'll take 2 from there, and we're going to have to take 1 more and get some change. There's 5 for 5, and we'll throw 2 on there. There's 42 to make that 8 look like Sweet 49, and that way we keep our number of shooters intact over here. Is that enough to stack it there yet to where it'll stay? No, almost. I got a little down slope on that middle of the table right there, so chips tend to fall backwards. There's a 6-5 Yo 11. We do have our 6 and 8 at the Sweet 49 level. There's another Yo. A while ago I said we hadn't seen one yet. Now we've seen 3 all of a sudden. There's a 628. All right, that is point hit and a hit on our Sweet 49. There is $50. We'll throw in 1. And those are going to fall backwards, so we'll just put those in sideways. Dealer, put a 25 on my 9, please. So you could either put that on the 5 or 9. It doesn't matter. I'm just going on the way that it hit on that side. So no rhyme or reason. All right, 325. 5 is going to be our point. Our bets were not working. Now they are, obviously. Puck is on. 538. All right, so there is another Sweet 49. There's $50. Dealer's going to ask for $1. That pays you 49. Dealer, just leave one of those quarters out there on the 5, and I'll take the other quarter, put it in the rack. Nice out. 617. Well, we got a little bit farther than we have thus far, and not quite enough. Still got a few shooters left. I don't even know how far we're in. Maybe halfway. Are we 5 shooters in already? Maybe? No? Almost? Kind of, sort of. Let's go ahead and get us another set of dice. We're going to go ahead and go through all 10 shooters, regardless of how long it takes us. So hopefully this, obviously you want to have a long roll and stay in it, but Dice are out. We're coming out looking for a point. There's a 2x4 6. Anyway, what I was going to say, yeah, you want to stay in it, but I'm not going to sacrifice all 10 shooters just for the sake of the length of the video. I'm going to go ahead and play out all 10 shooters. All right? Everybody gets a turn. It's a participation game. Everybody gets to play. Dice out. 2x4 6, right back on that point. So that is buckshot point hit. And that is 30, which is going to pay 35. Do we have enough? No, we do not. So we're going to pay, we're going to say, dealer, make my 6 look like 42. So that's 12. It's going to go there. And then 23 will come back to the rack. All right, there. Right there. All right. And that is a 6. So we're making it look like 42, right? All right. Our bets are off. Puck is off. We are coming out looking for a point. There's a 3, 4, 7, our frontline winner. There's another frontline winner with a 6-5. Yo, frontline's getting paid tonight, man. 5, 4, 9. All right, that is going to be our point. Now let's see if we can't spread out this 6 and 8 to its friends, and we cannot because the big bully down the street came down and took all our money. Unawesome. How unawesome of it. Big red to show up like that. All right, we're coming out looking for a new point. Once again, there is a 5, 3, 8. 8's going to be our point. That's why I'm kind of going a little bit faster now. I mean, it's, we should have this down, right? Now we're just waiting for results. We're waiting for that one shooter so we can all cheer him on, right? That's when that table gets loud. And unless you're playing the dark side, the table's pretty quiet right now. And even if you were playing the dark side, most people don't really yell when that 7 comes out. Unless it's on the come out roll, Anyway, no bueno so far. We've only got a few shooters left. Can we do anything with any of them? There is a 6, 2, 8. All right, we're right back on there. And let's throw out. See, we're going to have 2 shooters left after this. So this is shooter number 7. Maybe it's the lucky number 7. Let's try it. Dice out. There's a 6, 5, yo, 11. No harm, no foul. There's a 6, 4, 10. All right, we're counting down. 11, 10. Dice out. There's another 10, but it's a hard 10 this time. Dice out. There's another 10. That's easy 10. That's 3 10s in a row. Why can't we wait until we're on the 10 to get that? Huh? There's a 3 craps. Give me a 6 or an 8. There's an 8. A hard 8. The square pair, mon frere. All right, that 30 is going to pay 35. We'll go ahead and do that and just throw out a couple bucks and say, make my 8 look like 42, dealer. And he'll do that, or she, or whomever. And you'll get your quarter to put in your rack. All right, bets are off. Puck is off. There's a 6, 3, 9. 9 is going to be our new point. And we're looking for that 6 or 8 still. Keep this thing rolling on. There's a 5, 4, 9. That's going to slow it down. Point hit, buckshot. 5, 3, 8 is going to be our new point, and we are still rolling, looking for that 6 or 8. There is a 6. All right, so we're going to get to pop that one up now. That 30 is going to win 35. Dealer, make my 6 look like 42. He's going to say, well, throw me a couple dollars first. And you do just that, and you get set up just like that. So our 6 and 8 are at the sweet 49 level. Dice out. And the 7 says, you know what? I like those 2 42s you got up there. I think I'm going to take them. I'm going to take them and put them in my pocket. All right. Well, we are down to shooter number 9 and shooter number 10. What can we do? Well, we can turn that puck off, and we can roll the dice coming out looking for a new point. There's a square pair. That's hit a few times. Crappy said, stay away from all this stuff in the middle, and stay away from this. See how many horn numbers we've hit, how many hard ways we've hit? Man, but, that's the way it goes. If we were playing them, then it'd be nothing but box numbers all day, easy. So you take the good with the bad, the happy with the sad. Let's go. Dice out. There is a 3 craps, ace, deuce. Another one of those horn numbers, those inside pesky numbers. 5, 1, 6. That'll work. Let's see. We're going to pay it ugly. So dealer, make my 6 look like 42. And there is 12 that will make that 42. And then you'll get another $23 to put in your rack. There we go. So we're getting a little money back, but you know, it's not going to be a complete $600 loss, but it would be a lot nicer if we get a long roll out of one of these guys, one of these shooters. 549, nothing there. Oh, 2x4 6. Okay, there we go. 42 is going to pay 49. Yeah, sweet 49. Okay, so we'll throw in $1, and then we'll throw in $2 more and 2 reds, and we'll just say, dealer, make my 8 look like 42, and give me those quarters. So there's 2 quarters going back to the rack there, and we've got 42 on the 6 and 8. So we got our sweet 49 set up on those 2. Now let's hit them so we can spread out to the 5 and the 9. That's a 314. There's a 325. Not yet. Not yet. Need to get some chips on there first. 628. All right. Point hit. Sweet 49 coming on the payout. There is no dollar. So, yeah, we're going to have to pay that ugly. There is 25, 35, 45, and 49. Dealer, put a 9 or a quarter on my 9. There goes my dyslexia again. Put a 9 on my quarter. Put a quarter on my 9. All right. Puck is off. Bets are off. Dice are out. 639. Speaking of 9, we're going to have that as our point now. All right. So we got 3 of our numbers covered, but not all the way yet. But here we're going to get the 5. We're going to get the 5. Sweet 49. 8 pays 49 or 50 for $1. Dealer, put a quarter on my 5, and I'll collect that other one. So we are now almost have 4 numbers at the sweet 49 level. Let's see if we can't get another hit. There's a 6, 4, 10, easy 10, and a 6, 1, 7 out. I had a feeling that was coming because we're down to our last shooter, and you know what? It's the little guy on the end of the bench. But sometimes that little guy gets a base hit. Right now, we needed him to hit a grand slam. We don't need no little base hit or bunt or anything like that. We need a grand slam. All right, let's get that 628. Excuse me. All right. Playing the Sweet 49 by Crappy the Crapsman. Give us a thumbs up for it. Like to run these different kinds of strategies like that. All right, there's a 9 that's going to be our point, and we're going to throw out our last of our 600, or shooter number 10. Shooter number 10, you're up. Well, they're already shooting because we set the point already. Dice out. There is a 549. All right, that is buckshot points. Point hit. Bets are off. Coming out. 617. That's a front line winner. 2x4 6. Easy 6. 6 is going to be our point. And we are off and running. We need a 6 or an 8. There's a hard 8. Another hard way. Square pair. All right, let's see. 30 is going to pay 35. Dealer, make my 8 look like 42. He's going to say, throw me a couple of bucks. And we'll do that because the red will make that 40, and then the $2 will make it 42. And then we'll throw our green over in the rack there. Dice out. Throwing the dice gently. Don't want to slam it against the wall. 3, 2, 5. Easy 5. Fever 5. There's ace deuce, 3 craps. A lot of those tonight. Well, it's tonight. I'm filming this on Saturday night. You guys are going to see it on Monday, or it'll be released on Monday. There's 314. You may see it anytime. You have my permission to watch it any day and any hour and any minute of the week. There's a 415. Matter of fact, watch it a couple of times. And there's a 437. So we are going to 7 out. I don't think we got back there. Well, I know we didn't get back to 600 because you can see it right there. But let's go ahead and check and see how far we did get with the Sweet 49 by Crappy the Crapsman. Go check out his channel. I will put a link to it down in the description below, and we'll see where we're at. We do have some stacks, at least. I don't think we got, waylaid too much. So there's $1. We got that. All right, there's 5 and 5 and 5. That's going to be 3 quarters. 3 quarters, please. 1, 2, 3. All right, now let's see where we're at here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 401. So we lost $199. So that's where he would say, I've lost a couple of bucks. I'm going to go ahead and play that cold table strategy, which again, we've seen that before. You just kind of slow things down. Play like a quarter on the don't pass. You have 3 more shots back there. You only do 4 chips per shooter. You go don't pass, and then a come bet, and then a don't come, and then a come bet. So, or you can go don't pass, come bet, and then don't come. So either way, and then you just let it play out. Sometimes you double your money. Sometimes you lose a couple of quarters. Sometimes you lose all your quarters. So it's just like an arcade. Takes all your quarters. Sweet 49. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, because they're right down there. I don't know why I always point over there. But that is a good place to leave your comments if you've got anything to say. And if you want to do it anonymously, you can email me right there, crapstx@gmail.com. Thanks to good old Gmail. All right. So thanks to our two partners, pokerchipmania.com and gripmats.etsy.com. Links for both of those in the description below. Got some good things coming up whenever we get to our 1,000 subscriber level. So make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. That will remind you to tell your friends to subscribe and also remind you when a new video comes out. That's going to do it for me. That is Crappy the Crapsman's Sweet 49. Let me know what you think. We had fun rolling it out, but we didn't have fun with our result. But that happens. It is craps. It depends on how those dice land, right? My name is Keith. This is Craps TX. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Okay, bye.